Welcome back to Biz Today. I'm Nazareen Ebrahim. Yes, before we went to break, we were speaking with a really interesting female entrepreneur in studio today. Ashle Skaftouros is of Kanga Mama. She does amazing, beautiful, custom-made African fashion accessories. Everything ranging from baby wraps, head wraps, and now we've got cardigans made of pure organic wool.
Yeah, cotton. 100% organic, hand-dyed cotton, manufactured, packaged, everything here in South Africa.
It's beautiful. So she's supporting local manufacturing,
Absolutely.
local production. It's just local all the way, man.
It's local. The yarn is locally produced, and then the product is locally produced and hopefully internationally sold.
That's amazing. That is a no-brainer. That's going to happen.
Well,
we
there
know
are
that.
already pieces out there over the seas, but
Over the seas.
Yeah.
This is good news. Well, before we go anywhere overseas, let's bring it back into studio. I told you before the break, Ashley's going to do an incredible turban tutorial for us. And you know how I love turbans. That's all you see me do. I'm about the turban life. Let's do this, Ashley.
Okay, so there's always people asking, how do you use one of these things? And it's really intimidating because it's this big piece of fabric, and what the heck do you do with it?
Yep.
If you go online, you can find literally thousands of tutorials on how to do this, literally thousands. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on how I do the ones that I do. It's quite dramatic, just like I am. So first, you find the middle of your fabric, tuck your head halfway over your ears, twist, twist, keep twisting. Usually I'm doing this in front of a mirror so I can see what I'm doing.
Yes, but you're doing very well, I have to say.
Just keep twisting it a little bit, not too much.
That looks
See,
beautiful.
the Nigerian ladies are really good at doing this.
Yeah.
And the fabric that they use is very
Does it have to be a bit...
starched.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Waxed.
It must be
Slightly
quite
waxed. Slightly waxed. But if you don't like the wax, you just put it in some salt water and it washes out the wax. When you do your first wash, you
Sure.
hand wash it in salt water and then the wax is gone. And voila, all done.
That is beautiful. Amazing.
that's it.
Did you guys see
Really,
that?
really quick.
So literally, and this is it. You have a long piece of fabric. You put your head down, put it over, twist.
Keep twisting, and then
You just
do your
tuck it
knot
in.
in the
Are
front.
there different styles that you do generally?
This is probably the most popular one. Do you want me to show you just one more quickly?
Yeah, that would be great. Because it's so exciting to be able to have. I mean, you're literally you could wear something incredibly plain. You could be dressed in black.
That's
take
it.
a head wrap and change your
That's
look.
it. And that's
completely.
exactly what I do. My husband's actually been saying to me, why are you wearing so much black? And I'm like, well, it's because everything else shines when you're wearing black. So my accessories really pop when I'm wearing black.
Oh, I like that. I haven't done that before.
So this is a pretty easy way to do it. You just fold it,
Then you cross it over.
then you twist it, you do a knot, and then you can be very dramatic with your bow.
Yeah. As bows should be.
Depends who you're talking to.
Bows need to be dramatic.
So then you just tuck it in. But I can't see what I'm doing, so I can't even see what my bow looks like.
It looks great. I mean, it doesn't have to look like a bow. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
It can look like
just
whatever it
open
needs
up.
to.
And voila.
Wow.
You can tie it on the front, you can tie it on the side, you do it at the back. You can close it up and pull it all the way to the back.
Sure.
There's a million different
That
ways
is
of
pretty
doing
cool.
it.
Now your products have, you're starting to introduce them one at a time into the line.
Yeah.
Is this after careful thinking that you do this, looking at the market, understanding what your clients want? Because as you say, you had the experience of trying to grow too quickly.
Yeah.
And then you scaled back and have had significant success as a result.
Yeah.
How do you decide how you introduce products for people who are thinking about, they get excited by their product, you know,
Yeah.
they want to introduce?
Well, I first get excited myself about the next product that I'm making. So
That's
whatever I make, it needs to be something that excites me. So I'm not really making things because I see that they will be mass ordered or I'm gonna, if I make this thing, or if I create this thing, then millions of people will want it. Everything that I make is because I love it first.
Yeah.
And then if I love it, I'm sure there'll be other people who would like it as well. So that's how I start manufacturing a new product. And then I test it, and then I put it out there and say, hey guys, this is something new. And if I get really good feedback, then I start making them, and I try to have them marry whatever I've made before. So it has to be like this family of products that feed into each other. So when I advertise one, the other one can easily also be advertised as well.
You've talked quite a lot about family.
Yeah.
And I see why that inspires your business so much, and also why your business comes from a really good place. A lot of entrepreneurs we've spoken to on the show have also talked about the partnerships with their significant other, their wife or husband. How do you feel your relationship and your husband help to bring a certain special something to your business?
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, my husband is actually Australian, and it just kind of shows how much I love this country and this continent that he lives here and we haven't, like, skipped over. Exactly. And he's also a graphic and web designer. So he does all my branding, he does all my social media, he makes everything beautiful, basically. He makes what's beautiful even more beautiful. But I do pay him for what he does, because his time is precious, and I believe that everybody who does something has to be paid for their time and for their energy and their skill. The relationship that we have, even in business, is very supportive. So say, for example, if he's quoting for a job with a certain client, we talk about it first, and then I'd be like, well, maybe you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you're doing it like this, or if you're charging X, Y, and Z because you put in so much work, and he does the same with me.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this backing and forthing, and then he'll say, oh, I like this product, or please can you not try that, or don't use that print, or that fabric's better. So there's a lot of communication happening for his business and with my business. So we work pretty well together, and one day we'll have an empire, and then he won't have to work for anyone else, and then we'll just do what I'm doing.
And you'll definitely have an empire, that's for sure. Your significant other is definitely a priority sounding board. So that's nice for viewers to hear, because they understand how critical those relationships are, especially when building a business. Now, we have two things to do to round up this very incredible interview. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Your final words of wisdom or advice to aspiring entrepreneurs, and then we're doing something very exciting. We're having Ashley show us a tutorial on how to do the baby wrap. So that's at the end of this episode. But just some final words of advice for young entrepreneurs, or any entrepreneur.
Take a risk. Be bold. Don't be afraid to go into uncharted territories. And don't be afraid to reinvent something that already exists as well. I would say don't let money be a factor when you want to do something new, because there'll always be a way that you can finance something, or there will be people who are willing to invest in you as a up and coming business. Absolutely, absolutely. Even if it means purely just off sales. So rope in family, rope in friends if you're trying to do marketing. Don't be scared to give things away, which is a really big thing. People are scared to part with their products without them being paid for, but it's an investment. You're actually planting a seed somewhere, and then you will get a harvest from that. Also, be very generous. Be very generous in all that you do. I often see people, for example, with my baby wraps, because it is a life-saving product, not just a watch or something like an accessory, but my baby products are really life-saving. So for mom that has 1,000,001 things to do, this thing will really save your life. It will save your time, because once your baby's in there, you can still do whatever it is that you need to do. So I often give ladies discounts if I see that they're in need of this kind of product. Then I would give them a discount, or I'd give it to them, give it away to them.
That's wonderful.
So don't be afraid to have your humanity get involved in your business and in your product as well. That's a really big thing, because people are all about let's make the money. But you're not seeing where you're planting seed, and you'll get a harvest from
I absolutely love that. It talks to exactly what I believe in. Humanity and business should actually go hand in hand.
Because you're dealing with people.
And now, let's check out that tutorial with the baby wrap.
Okay, so this is my brand new Kangamama baby wrap. You'll see that it has a panel of African print fabric on the front. So you can choose what panel you'd like on it. So any print, any color, you let me know. If I have it in stock, I can put it on your wrap. So you take your wrap and you find the middle, wrap it around your tummy, switch hands at the back like this, so that it's crossed at the back. You just watch the mic. Bring it over your shoulders. Cross it in the front. Put it in that pocket. I have a tutorial on my website on how to use it. It's no different than wearing a plain wrap as well. You crossed it, and then you can either tie it at the back or you can tie it in the front just to use that little bit of fabric, and then that's the security of having the wrap on. Then you take your baby, you put the one leg in here on the underneath strap. You'll see this one is the top one and this is the one underneath. Put the leg in there under the bum. Next leg under this one, same thing, under the bum. And then you flip this piece over the top of your baby. So when you're wearing it, it actually just looks like you're wearing an African print top, and it's as easy as that.
Ashley, thank you so much for giving us that amazing tutorial on how to do a baby wrap with Kangamama's exclusive baby wraps.
That's it.
When I'm fortunate to be a mom one day soon, I hope, then I definitely know where I'm coming to get my baby wraps.
Absolutely.
So that I can live with my baby close to me. Which just sounds so incredible. I can't wait to get you back on the show to tell us about future plans for the business or other exciting things that have happened. And we've learned just so much from you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. I feel really privileged to be here.
Oh man, it was an amazing pleasure to have you. That was Ashle Skaftouros. She's the founder of Kangamama, which does exclusive custom-made African fashion accessories. And find this episode soon on YouTube so that you can check out those tutorials and follow her online on at Kangamama. Until next week, goodbye.